Hi, everybody. Welcome to KEXP. Welcome to our YouTube channel. My name is Darek Mazzone. I'm a DJ here at KEXP. I do a show called Wopop, focusing on music throughout the world. I've been doing it for a long time, and I've had many and amazing artists here at our studio in Seattle. I am really, really happy right now because somebody I've been following for quite a while, whose record with Angelique Kidjo was my favorite record of 2023. I'm talking about the French Lebanese trumpet player, composer, so many things, Ibrahim Maalouf. He's here right now, and I'm stoked. Ibrahim Maalouf here at KEXP. Thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting us here. That was a gorgeous track. The next track is very special because it is going to be with Ibrahim's daughter, Lily. This is really quite lovely. Wait for it.
Every time you say I love you, I follow you and I follow you again. Every time you say I need you, I cherish you and I treasure you again. But don't you see the pain in my heart? The love that I tried, the heart I can't hide, the sorrow in my eyes. What everybody said about you, that I shouldn't trust, I shouldn't know what he said. All the dreams I had about us, they disappeared and vanished far away. But don't you see the fears on my face, the strength I express, the power that I got, the brave in my heart. The power that I got, the brave in my heart. So let me away, and I'll go away. The power that I got, the brave in my heart. So let me away, and I'll go
Ibrahim Maalouf from Paris on KEXP, Seattle, now the Bay Area, 92.7. Thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting. Thanks for listening. Thanks for celebrating. You are watching KEXP. I'm Darek Mazzone, and I just want to tweak the algorithm a little bit just to get you excited. Ibrahim Maalouf is here right now. He once played in front of 6 million people. I think that makes him the biggest star we've ever had here at KEXP. Ibrahim, thanks for being here. That was beautiful.
Thank you very much for receiving us.
Can you introduce the band?
Sure. Francois Delporte on the guitar. We've been working together for approximately 15 years now, and he is pretty much everywhere I go. He's following with his beautiful sound and his amazing energy. Mihai Pirvan on the saxophone. He is definitely one of the musicians that I prefer on earth. He integrated in his playing on saxophone all the cultures where he's from, but also where he is living, and all kinds of aspects of this instrument that you cannot find with anyone else. And it's really unique. And we share so much together on stage. And Lily is my daughter. She's 14 years old, and she has a lovely voice. And we worked together a long time ago when she was very young, and she was singing, featuring one of my songs on Levantine Symphony, and the album called 40 Melodies, when I was celebrating my 40 years old anniversary. And later I told her that one day maybe I will be playing and featuring one of her songs, and basically this is what we are going to do here.
Perfect.
With you.
Perfect. Thanks for being here. You guys sound great. Really, really a pleasure. Thank you. Can you tell us why you selected the songs to play for us here?
Each one of them?
Yeah.
Fly With Me, the first song, is part of my new album that will be out in the end of this September. Mm-hmm. And the album's name is Trumpets of Michel-Ange. And Fly With Me, the whole album is a celebration. It's a big wedding celebration. And Fly With Me is the promise. It's the moment when you make the promise. Mm-hmm. So I wanted to introduce everyone to this album through this promise. The second song is another song of this album, and it's called Au Revoir. And it's about... at the very end of this journey, this big celebration that starts with the wedding, it starts with the proposal, and then the wedding, and the love celebration, and da-da-da-da-da. Mm-hmm. And at the very end, there is this part when the children, they leave, and they fly with their own wings, and they are completely free from us, basically. Mm-hmm. And I called it Au Revoir, and it celebrates the freedom of our children. The third song is very new, since it's going to be on an album that will be released in more than a year and a half from now. And it's called Far Away, and it's a collaboration with my daughter Lily. It's a love song, and it's going to be part of an album called Time X, the Ibrahim Maalouf electronic experience. Okay. This is what we've been touring in the United States and in Canada in April and May. And the last song is a song from my last album called Capacity to Love. The album is a rap album, but we kind of transformed it in a very acoustic trio. Mm-hmm. And the name of the song is Feeling Good, and it's simply about feeling good. Okay. On the album, it features an amazing rapper. His name is Dear Silas, but the way we play it here is completely different, and it's more about the solos.
Okay, perfect. Thanks for sharing that. You guys are great. But this is interesting because you're playing with your daughter, and this whole journey in many ways started with your dad. Who's a legendary trumpet player in both classical and Arabic classical. And I asked the ether to give me some questions from social media. And one of them came up, the quarter notes that you're playing that originated with your father on this very amazing trumpet that you have here, yeah, that has... the 4 valves.
Yeah, when my father started learning about trumpet in the 60s, he was in the Lebanese mountain. He was a farmer in the Lebanese mountain. He didn't know anything about trumpet or about classical music, or he just knew a little bit about singing Arabic music, and that's all. That's it. He used to play some oud also, the Arabic oud, the lute. He wanted to adapt the trumpet so that it can play quarter tones and the Arabic maqams. So he had this crazy idea to add a valve. So when he arrived in France to study with Maurice André, who was the big classical trumpeter in the world, like biggest one, he had the chance to study with him, and he told him, I have this idea, could you help me make it real? So Maurice André went to the company he was working with, who was Selmer actually, and they built this trumpet, this design, and this is my heritage from my father. This is my only heritage from him, and I'm proud to be able to hold a trumpet, an instrument that was invented by him, by my own father, and that allows me to blend all the cultures that I love into one music. It helps me mix my Arab origins, my Lebanese origin, my Middle Eastern origins with everything that is Western about me and all the musics that I like, playing. I love playing pop music, electronic music, jazz, and so it's extremely interesting for me, and that's why I keep spreading the word about this invention.
But it's going even further than that, because now you're actually performing with your daughter like you were performing with your father. So I'm curious, how does that work in the context of like, okay, I'm going to continue this. I'm moving beyond just this one narrative. I'm going to continue. And how does that work with you guys?
I've always loved teaching. I think it's a big part.
You're an educator, right? You're actually teaching at a conservatory.
Yeah, I still teach, and I've been teaching since the age of 17. So my father taught me everything when I was already 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 years old. He literally gave me like a how do you say, a job, like offering me the chance to have something that I can make a living with, at a very early age. So when I was young, I was thinking that I'm so lucky, and I'm blessed to have someone who gave me this. So it felt to me very natural that at some point I have to give back, not to him, but to the new generations and to my own children also, So when I heard that Lily was interested, actually she had, there's a turning point. She came with me a few months ago to the 90th anniversary of Quincy Jones, where I was invited to play. It was an amazing stage with Stevie Wonder, John Legend, Jennifer Hudson, Samara Joy, just crazy Jacob Collier, crazy stage. And she was here, and she used to listen, at that time, she used to listen more to like French rap and things like this. And suddenly something changed. And this is why I believe that music can change people.
Oh, yeah.
I have nothing against French rap, but at some point I wish my children, are interested in like great quality of music and great interesting artists. So something changed in her mind, and she started playing piano by herself. She started playing guitar by herself and singing, and I heard her voice, and I was like, wow. Well, luckily she doesn't play trumpet, and that's a good thing. But obviously she can sing, and I'm going to try to help her the same way my father helped me, and the same way I actually try to push everybody I meet who has a talent. Every time I have the chance to do it, so why not with my own children?
I've heard you work with a variety of different artists from all over the place. That I know that you don't have a lineage connecting with that. So I'm just, my one question was, when you come in, you're a talent, you know how to play. What do you bring to that? When you're working with like Vince Siegel, or you're working with Kijo or somebody like that, what's that first process like for you?
I think it starts from when I was 13, 14, 15. I used to take my trumpet, put the radio on, and try to fit my sound to any kind of music that comes out from the radio. And every song, whether it's French singing or world music or jazz or classical, I was like, the old transistors, turning to another station, try to play with it. Turning to another station, try to play. Why? Because I wanted to feel comfortable everywhere I step. Everywhere I go, I wanted to feel comfortable. So from this way to see music, I understood later, after 20, 30 years of playing, that I can bring maybe a little bit more than just the trumpet sound, and bring a picture, like a bigger picture of what music can be. And the collaboration with Angelique, for example, was definitely one of those where, Angelique's idea to work together on the Queen of Sheba, Makeba. And she told me, what do you think about this poetry? She wrote poetry and she showed it to me. And I said, wow, this is very inspiring. It's a mix between African culture, Middle Eastern culture, Arab culture. Let's create a world where all this matches. And yeah, I think, it's. I try to be humble with this, but I believe that the way I see the world and the way I see music maybe sometimes can possibly, hopefully, help people understand each other. It's like creating a language where everyone agrees, everyone feels something, so we all share the same common point, which is emotion.
Why does music work like that? Why is it like one of the few forms, and I ask this to a lot of artists, why is it that music transcends language, culture, history?
I have no clue. But
it does.
But it does, and it saved me. It literally saved me. When I was a kid, we used to speak Arabic at home because, as you said, my family wanted to go back to Lebanon after the war. Nobody knew that it would last so long. So they thought it would be like 2-3 years and then we would be back. But at some point, the civil war lasted almost 17 years. So they had to put us in schools in France. So once I was at school in France, I couldn't understand any word from the teachers or from my friends. I used to speak only Arabic. So French was completely something else for me. So when I was at school, my only way to communicate to people was to sing, to play music. And it helped me. It saved me in a way, blend into the French culture, but through music and through my own identity, being accepted by people because I'm playing music. That definitely means a lot to me, and because I experienced it myself, I know it works. So I don't know why, but I know it works.
It just does. But you became more than accepted. I have to tell everybody, in our audience right now, you are huge, especially in the French-speaking world, in the Arab world. And so this is an interesting pivot, I believe, where you could, with your instrument and with this philosophy, actually influence the world at large. And so I'm honored to have you here.
Thank you very much. Trumpet in music is just trumpet and it's just music, right? But I'm a dreamer. And I think people who feel emotions are also dreamers. And if we all dream together the same dream, that might give us some hope, maybe for the future. And when you see how the world is right now, all upside down, we don't have so much left other than dreams and music, and sharing some good moments with you, with the audiences, with our families, our friends, people we respect and we love. That's the way we dream now.
Yep. It always goes back to the roots, the things that connect. Ibrahim, thank you for being here.
Thank you for receiving me.
Deeply appreciate it. Thanks, everybody. This is KEXP. Please support us and keep listening and keep watching. Bye.
Discover new music at listener-powered KEXP.org.